Life for me prior to 5 Links, I think, really was up and down. You know, I honestly thought that I had everything that I wanted in life. I got a graduate degree from a very prestigious university, and at that particular point in time, I pursued my passion, which was education. It wasn't until that job was no longer there that I went from being a successful single mom and, you know, having a pretty significant income to no longer having it. 5 Links came into my life at a time that I needed to be broken down. Because many times we can build ourselves up, we can go to school, we can, you know, achieve these particular accolades and break these barriers and become successful, and then you almost forget where you came from. I used to say that I felt happy or speechless to have the opportunity to work with someone, you know, kind of like myself, that didn't know anything about this type of opportunity or these type of businesses, and when they continue to be successful. But now I've realized that happiness is truly a feeling, and it's emotion that kind of comes and goes, and for me, I think the proper word is joy. I feel completely full of joy when I can work with people that have a true and passionate reason why they're doing this business, and they attain those particular goals. And you know, right now I'm working with a gentleman that's been in the business for a little bit, and he has a newfound why, and he just found out that his mother was diagnosed with cancer, and he's right there by her side, you know, holding her hand when she's going through chemo. And he said to me, I'm ready to do this again. I have a newfound dedication to my business. And I think for me, having the opportunity to work with someone like that, you know, seeing children's lives change, seeing the entire family involved, and really taking the people that are reps and inviting them to my home on Thanksgiving, or, you know, making them now a part of our true family, extended family, is something that I can only describe as being completely and totally full of joy. I think that if you want something different, you really have to try something different. Being a single mom for me is something that I'm so very proud of. You know, a lot of times in various communities, or even in the United States in general, it's kind of looked down upon. However, I was raised by such a strong woman that not only pushed education, but she also pushed being an independent woman. And you can do anything by yourself. You can own a business by yourself. You can, you know, travel the world by yourself. And to have a partner is something that's so beautiful, but that partnership adds to you. It doesn't create you. And I think for myself, you know, having 2 children and not being married is something that I have chosen not to do at this point in my life, but I feel strong, I feel empowered, I feel like, you know, my children see a great role model. And though I have a partner that I love very, very much, and he knows that, the great thing is I feel like I can be successful separate from him. And what it's allowed me to do is become the first single senior vice president in the state of North Carolina, separate from a man. So I like to say, you know, guys are great and wonderful. They add to us, but ladies, we don't need them. I cannot stress enough to truly, truly look at something like this before you need it. And one of my closest mentors says all the time, you know, a closed mind is the most expensive thing that you'll ever own. Yeah, I wanted to have home ownership. I wanted to have a quote-unquote good job and something consistent, because I saw so many people in my area growing up in Detroit that was just happy to keep a job. There are a lot of perks to being in the 5 Links opportunity and, you know, continuing to climb the ladder until you hit your pillar of success. But I think one of the biggest ones is having the opportunity to truly, truly go on vacation. You know, going on a trip is one thing when you have to pay for everything, you have to find the cheapest price and, you know, really find someone to take care of everything for you. However, when you're at the level that I have, you know, had the opportunity to achieve, we go on many vacations, and we have been to Puerto Rico, we've been to Rome, we've been to Italy, we've been to Spain. We've been so many beautiful places, and it's places that I've read about in my textbooks, places that I've actually taught some of my students about in the field of education that I've had the opportunity to go. What can I say about the 5 Links lifestyle? My smile should tell it all. I think the lifestyle is just one that I never dreamed of, and the typical lifestyle of a full-time 5 Links senior vice president is one that is pretty much yours. I think the biggest difference from a typical day-to-day job, or even if you're an entrepreneur and you own your own company, is the fact that you must be present. And not only must you be present, you must some way, shape, or form get there. And for me, I would spend 45 minutes to an hour commuting in Washington, D.C. traffic just to turn around and do it again. You know, I took my son to school when it was dark, and I took him home with him when it was dark, and now I make my own schedule. I go to the nail salon in the middle of the day, say on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's virtually empty, and I'm the only one in there, as opposed to being rushed out on a Saturday or Sunday when I was working a full-time job. My own schedule. I have the opportunity to work with so many people and mentor so many people and meet with them for lunch, or maybe, you know, go to their job and meet with them for a 30-minute lunch break. I do not and will not ever miss traffic, and I don't have to get in it, because as long as I have an internet signal, I work from home. The lifestyle is one of maybe a brain surgeon's wife. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just, it really allows you to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with whom you choose, and where you decide to go. It's freedom. It's getting your life back. It's getting your time back. I think if I can sum it all up in one word, I would have to simply say thankful. I'm thankful every day for my current lifestyle, for my future and what my future holds, and just the possibility and knowing that there's no ceiling. It's not to the point where I can get to a certain level and, well, that's just it. You can continue to grow as far as you're willing to grow and soar. And so I feel that I've truly been blessed, and I'm thankful that I was broken enough to really take a look at this opportunity. And you know, I've changed my life. I've changed my kids' future, and like many people like to say, I've changed my kids' life. And so again, I am just so very thankful.